So this is it, brother. It's
Oh gosh,
June of 2017, and
the last few weeks,
it just seems like
like
yesterday, like you and I were having pizza downtown in Plymouth, and
Yeah.
you were trying to find out what is this Our Lady of Good Counsel place, and
All of
what is it that God's going to ask you to do. And it's like, now here we are 2 years later, and
I remember the first question and the first answer you gave me too.
remember that question? What was it?
Oh, yeah. What do you expect of me? And you answered, get everybody in Plymouth to heaven.
And this man has been doing that.
We've been trying to.
It seems so fitting for us to be outside, not just because it's June and it's beautiful finally, but this month, as we were just talking about before we started shooting, month rich in feasts, right? So we've got Trinity Sunday, Corpus Christi Sunday, Sacred Heart of Jesus, Immaculate Heart of Mary, Feast of John the Baptist.
Peter and Paul.
And here we are outside in the Garden of Gethsemane at the parish garden, and we got St. John over there. You can't see him, I know, but we're looking right at him, fitting for you and me. We got Jesus lying here in agony with that Sacred Heart that's
There's Peter.
pouring out his love. Peter's over there. Paul's somewhere to be seen. We don't know. But it's also fitting to me because we're outside and we're in the middle of this construction project, and so we got trucks going back and forth left and right. And every once in a while we're going to hear the beep, beep, beep of the truck backing up. And while it might sound distracting, it seems to me the perfect backdrop for honoring you. Because just like those trucks are going around building something back there, that's really what you've been doing the last 2 years. Just building things here. And in a most particular way, the way you've been doing it relationally with our youth has just been a joy to watch and to be a part of. We're going to have graduation mass tonight. This is actually June 8th as we're filming this. And so some of you know, but those of you not in the parish don't. So Father's been teaching this year 3 days a week, our junior high. And I keep thinking as I'm talking to the kids tonight, they're going to look back on this year and other people are going to say to them, you were part of that class that had him as a teacher? And they're going to go, yeah. Because you've, just like these trucks are helping to help build that great expansion in the back, you've been doing that in such a gentle, ongoing, relentless, charitable, real, vulnerable way with our kids and with their kids, with the families as well. And I can't wait to see the fruit of the labors that you've exerted these past 2 years here at the parish family. It's been an amazing gift, brother.
I keep praying. I feel more like the truck and just hope that the Lord's the driver.
Well, you might be the truck, but that's all right, you know, because it was a donkey that brought Jesus into the
Those trucks are pretty beat
Jerusalem.
up.
They're pretty beat up, but they can handle a big load too. And you have carried a massive load here at the parish family. And I just want to very publicly honor and thank Father John for the tremendous gift that he has been for the parish family in helping to accomplish us to go lead Plymouth to Jesus. That's the reason for our existence, right, is to offer every person a life-changing encounter. And you did it first by showing up in this like fiery yellow Camaro, which attracted everybody. And then all of a sudden, that got turned in and we got this black Mustang. And then the black Mustang got detailed. And I know, you know, so some people say that they think, people have misconceptions about the car you drive. Tell them why you drive what you drive.
Well, before I bought this car, before I buy any car, and I haven't bought many in my life, I bought 3. I usually spend a few hours of adoration asking the Lord, so what will give you more glory? And we came to the conclusion, the Lord and I, that it would be good to get something that would attract people that usually wouldn't speak about God at first, but would definitely speak about the car. And if I can get them speaking to me, it's an opening. And if I've got an opening, then I can give Jesus. So that's why I got the car. It's amazing how many people just stop and look at the car, and then they look at the collar, and then they look at the car, and is that yours? And I say, yes, it is, because God wants me to have it. Then that gets them interested.
Right, so why does God want me to have it? Because he wanted me to talk to you, because he knew you were going to ask me about this car. I think that's such an important thing for people to realize. There's an intentionality about what you do. in trying to share the gospel with people, which is very easy to replicate. And it's actually everything that the Archbishop, in the pastoral letter that he just released for the Archdiocese on Unleash the Gospel, it's what he's calling us to do, to go out, echoing Pope Francis's call, to be looking for those who have either never heard the gospel or have mistakenly thought it's bad news. And so rather than this guy buying a car because he's like, oh, I think this would be a really cool car and I want that, it's like, no, I want to ask the Lord, what is it that I can do, which will be a means of attracting others to you through this thing? And what a beautiful witness for all of us, you know, as we think about the homes we live in, the cars we drive, the clothes we wear, the conversations that we engage or don't engage in, just to have that deliberateness about each and every morning, waking up saying, Lord, put people in my path that I can help build and lead to the kingdom. And
Keep building.
you excel at it. You really do. It just comes naturally to you.
Oh, I put my foot into it, so I mean, this is a good opportunity to say, well, to offer my sincere apology if I have hurt anybody in any way. My intention is always try to give Jesus.
It's okay, I forgive you.
Sometimes the jokes, or sometimes, you know, they can be, they're meant to shake up things and to make you think more. Sometimes we get so used to the way things are that it happens to love, it happens to our faith, and I think sometimes it's good to just poke. And I would also like to thank everyone for their support. It has been immense. As a priest, it's always wonderful to hear the praise, which I always try to direct back up to him. He's the one who made me, so you can blame him. But thank you very much for all that you've done. I haven't been able to get all the letters out that I wanted to. I'm sure I will forget, simply because of the amount of sheep we've got here, right?
That's right. Yep. It's hard to write a thank you to 12,000 people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So come to Sunday Mass and
tell them where you're going.
You'll get my gratitude.
Tell them where you're going.
So I'm going down to Monroe.
Okay.
I'll be the associate pastor with Father Dave Burgart. Great man, very peaceful man, which would be a good contrast to me. And it has...
I thought you were going to say good contrast to me.
I didn't want to go there.
It'd be a little calmer than here. Huh?
It'll be a little more calmer. It's downtown Monroe, beautiful city.
Yeah.
It's 1/3 of the size of here, but it does have a high school, a middle school, and a grade school.
Beautiful.
And they are waiting with open arms for whatever I can come up with what God is asking me to do.
Yeah, someone to invest really into the youth in the same way that you've done here, right?
So I am excited about it, though it's one of those moments where you have mixed feelings. You don't want to uproot and change again, but God knows.
Amen.
The apostles all had to uproot at one point too.
Amen.
They all died in foreign countries for the most part. So I'll let him take care of me.
That's right. I just want to encourage people, please, to pray for Father as he moves on. It's an unnatural thing, right, to leave a family.
Yeah.
And that's the hardest part of our life as priests, quite honestly. You're in a place, whether it's 2 years, 6 years, 12 years, whatever it is, and you invest, and people take us into their lives, and we make you a part of our lives, and then the Lord asks us to go elsewhere, and that's hard. And I know you and everybody in the parish certainly knows your vulnerability and just the soft-heartedness that you have. And we know there's already been a lot of tears over the last 2 years or so. There's going to be a lot of tears in these days ahead, I know. So pray for him, please, and for all the priests who are moving at this time. This is a hard time for everybody, and it's a hard time, we know, for you, as you say, not farewell, but until later. So keep him in your prayers. Keep Father Dave, who's somehow going to he's not going to step into your shoes, but he's going to bring his own charisms and gifts to our parish. So pray for him as he prepares to come here. And just be assured of our prayers for all of you. It's a joy to serve and to build alongside each and every one of you, living stones, as God makes something beautiful out of this spiritual house. Brother,
thanks.
it has been a joy and an honor. We love you much.
Okay.
God bless.
Thanks. God bless.
Peace.
Thank you.